is another version of Lichess Plays. I'm very happy to be here today on this Sunday. We got a lot of challenges locked and loaded here. Let's go. Big Brain Chess. You're up first, 1900. Starting off with a pretty strong opponent here. Just as a reminder, the ground rules of Lichess Plays, so anyone can challenge. You don't have to be a patron on Lichess or a subscriber on Twitch. No, none of that. Anyone can challenge. It has to be 3-0. So this time control is correct. We're going to abort this game because it looks like my opponent's not here. It can be rated or unrated, up to you. And just has to be normal chess. Aside from that, you can have a free shot at my rating if you want to make it rated. No problem. Let's get after it. We usually get to play about 18 to 20 games, somewhere in that region. Alex, are you there? Alex Rosenkrantz. Are you scurrying back to your keyboard right now? All right, we'll abort this game too. You can always re-challenge. Ultimo Hawk, third time's a charm. 1879. You're going to be there, aren't you, Ultimo? Anyone? Bueller? Rosenkrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Very nice. Nice reference. All right. 3 aborted games in a row. No one wants to play me. I have the white pieces. I guess I can play a move here. CZ, you got to be there. 1988. All right, there we go. Finally. Okay, CZ is here, playing a Caro-Kann. Let's go ahead and take and play 95. This is the so-called Apocalypse variation. Yeah, getting so many Caro-Kanns lately. Yeah. Super popular opening right now. I think because of Levy Rosman's influence. That's my read. And it's plenty good. Definitely a sound opening. I don't play it too often from the black side, personally. I play a lot of Scandinavian, not as much Caro-Kann, but they say they have some similarities. So greetings to our viewers on both platforms. We are live on both YouTube and Twitch. Hello, Zachary on YouTube. Also, Seamus O'Brien. Simple History, greetings. I remember you. Hello, John Stevenson. Also, Uziel says, thanks for the content. My pleasure. Thank you for watching. Okay, I feel like C4 is a principled move here. So I may play that. I'm just debating on takes how I want to respond. Probably with knight C3 and continued development. Hello, Lopare, one of our faithful mods. Also, No Joke Chess. I see you in the chat. Thanks as always, guys. All right, let's play the knight out. Hello, VV1. Also, Vince Vance, another VV. Okay, bishop b4. Probably time to castle here. I could also maybe play bishop g5, but I like castling. I think castling is in order. We get mutual castling. Let's take this one. And then perhaps bishop g5 coming, or maybe c5 first. Go for a bit of a clamp here. Nim says, hi, John. Sorry about the Vikings. That's okay. Yeah, they lost a tough game last weekend. As I've said before, though, I am not emotionally invested in that franchise whatsoever. So it's all good. Okay, so I'm thinking bishop g5 or bishop f4. They both have logic here. Maybe bishop f4 is more challenging because I have certain discovered attacks. It's a little awkward for black to defend the b7 pawn, for instance. Goes there. Now maybe knight a4. Let's prevent black from exchanging, and I'm going to look to chase the bishop. We'll see how that plan turns out. Hello, Chess MD. You didn't know this was called the Apocalypse variation? Yeah, it's got a nice little name. Apocalypse variation. Could be called something else. Could be one of those variations where it has different names, but that's what I came to know it as. It's just a play to get that knight outposted on e5 pretty quickly. It's kind of annoying for black when you do. I think I'm a little bit better here. I do like the grip that I have on the position. I don't think it's anything fatal for black by any means. But looks like a nice situation. Let's play b4. If takes, I'll go rook b1 and pin. So I think Black would be ill-advised to capture. Maybe here in knight c3, and I'll try to play for b5. Knight's coming back. Could just play this right away. Sure, why not? Let's go b5 immediately. Maybe there was knight e4. I don't know. That might have been some counterplay for black. Black plays bishop b7, though. Let's bring this up to support. And I think black is kind of playing off my time, so I'm going to try to move a little bit faster. We'll see how that goes. I think black's trying to catch me napping here, which is a good strategy, to be honest. As I do frequently talk too much and get low on time in Lichess plays. All right, let's go here. Maybe this. Yeah, let's play b6. Get a couple connected passers here going. Take. Looking real good. Let's play this. Jump up, probably. Getting increasingly difficult for black to hold this baby together. Let's play knight c7, attack the rook. a6 is rolling. I think I'm ready to declare the position winning, but we're going to need some technique still. Let's take this one. I probably should have played a6, but this is still good. Hello, Quite. What's up? Go here. Knight c6, attack the rook. Let's go here. And then try to go a6 on the next move. Yeah, pawn a6. Roll those pawns. They're coming in pretty hot here. My king's a little bit open, but I think with black's king, or black's queen rather, so far away from my king, I don't have a whole lot to fear. Let's do this one. And I control this one diagonal towards the king too, which is pretty handy. Yeah, this is over. We're not going to allow black any hint of getting some sort of smothered mate. You know, if I take with the queen, this is a good try actually, because if I take with the queen in this final position, queen c5 check, and you guys should know this pattern, right? King h1, knight f2, king g1, knight h3, double check. And that's often the prelude to this smothered mate. Queen g1, rook takes g1, knight f2, checkmate. So I like e5. That's a spirited try. Okay, thanks for the game, CZ. I think you were doing all right out of the opening. Maybe queen b6 is questionable. I do think trying to deal with this pin situation a little earlier is better, like bishop d7 or something. But you probably never encountered this mating pattern, or this opening, I should say. You've definitely encountered the smothered mate before. But yeah, I think I would have dealt with the pin a little bit quicker. Okay, thanks for the game. Wow, 98 challenges. We just gained like 30-some challenges there in less than 10 minutes. Okay, CVB 0. Let's play a Pirtz in this game. 1500 with the question mark, but 1900 rapid, also 1900 bullet. So I'm going to tread cautiously here. Let's transpose it into a Sicilian. Webster says, ouch, we've all lost totally winning games like that. That's why you should never stop thinking or becoming complacent. I completely agree. Yeah. Chess will humble you quickly if you let your guard down. Like a bishop g4 here. Looks like a natural pin to set up. Runs into bishop takes f7. And then knight g5 picking up the bishop. Always got to keep your guard up. Protect yourself at all times. Oh, Seamus. Okay, yeah, Seamus. That makes sense. This is an Irish name. I'm just reading the chat here. It's not Seamus. It's Seamus. Okay, let's take on d4. So now we've kind of transposed it into a classical variation of the Sicilian. White's going for the pin. All right, we'll just play bishop d7. Have you guys been watching the White Ganzé games? Tata Steel? I actually didn't get a chance to check out the results much today. I did see that Magnus won. So he's on +1 now in the tournament after losing 2 in a row, which had everyone freaking out prematurely. I said on stream a couple days ago, don't be surprised if Magnus just rips a bunch of games in a row. I mean, he's frequently at his best when he played poorly early in a tournament. He comes back strong. That's been a consistent pattern for him. That's right, Zolthus. Jory says, hey, John, you should try the disguised piece set in lieu of Blindfold. Every piece just looks the same. It's kind of a halfway. Ooh, I did not know that was an option. Now you got me interested. Is that a setting on Lichess I can use? Disguised piece set. Which one is that? Oh, is it this? Whoa, I've never seen this before. This must be new. You can barely see it on my webcam. It's like right down here. Right below the Candy set. Oh my. You know, I think this would be more difficult than Blindfold. Right? This would be highly disorienting. All right, let's change it back for now. That's a great suggestion, though. Maybe I'll have to try that. Chess, but it's checkers, yeah. That honestly might be more challenging than Blindfold. Lichess, so amazing. Yeah, shout out to Lichess. We're all very happy to be here. Incredible site. Wonderful service to the community. I was actually going to mention a couple features. Remind me if I forget later, because I wanted to mention a couple features that are worth noting for sure, including one recent one on openings that's been built out. Hey, Boozum McDoozle. That looks harder than Blindfold. I think it might be Pegla. Yeah. Nice sweater, giving off Steve from Blue's Clues vibes. The roasting has already started. You just had to do it to me. Oh, man. Thank you. It is pretty comfy. Hello, Helton says hello from Brazil. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, let us know in the chat where you're from. We love to hear from viewers all over the world. I am checking in from the U.S. I'm here in Minnesota, the Midwest U.S. It's very cold here right now. So I'm happy to be indoors playing you guys on Lichess. Boozle says, tuning in from NYC. Excellent. Jabawookies from San Diego. All right, I'm just converting this position up a couple pawns, pressing here. Kind of looking for a moment to maybe throw in like a F4 move too if I want. I think that would actually be pretty good roundabout here. It does somewhat destroy my structure, but yeah, let's try to work our way up to it. We'll go here, and on A5, I'll plant the bishop here. Rook D1, I'm thinking E5 and just solidify everything here. F4 on the way. Zolthus in Montreal. Pegla from Croatia. Belgian Novice from Belgium. Says, no surprise, indeed. Shout out to Belgian. Vince Vance from Scenic, Iowa. Yeah, thanks for the game, CVB0. Let's see. So I think that E5 move in the opening was just a miscalculation on your part. So probably you're hoping for pawn takes E5, knight takes C6, and then eventually winning this pawn back somehow. And I guess I could take with my pawn and hit your bishop. So yeah, just can't force through E5. I think the way that you played the opening already, like bishop C4 and then bishop E5, a little bit suspect, but you know, at this point I would simply develop if I were you. It did come apart pretty quickly after E5. Just tough when you lose that remaining central pawn and you're fighting with no central pawns against 2. Thanks for the game. Okay, Stair 30, 1693. Let's play E4 here. Haklar from the Netherlands. Asheville, North Carolina. Bob from Ireland. Excellent. How about we play a Smith-Morra Gambit? Washington. Washington State. Beautiful place. Okay, I'll go bishop c4. Who here plays the Smith-Morra in hopes that you can land the knight d5 idea? And you just constantly think about knight d5, especially when there's a pawn on e6. Like, I'm probably just going to play it right here. Let's just do it. I don't even know if this is the right position to do it, but I'm going to go for it. I think in this case, it's probably decent because I have d6 on the way. I'm hitting the knight. Black could go knight a5, and then I will have to decide if I want to play d6 immediately or bishop d3. I think I will probably play bishop d3 because then I do believe black has to be pretty careful if there's this. Debatable if that's even that great for me, so I don't know. I don't know how good that is. Okay, goes b5. Can I go here now? Can I do that now? Maybe. Maybe. If I play rook e1, then... If I play rook e1, then d6. So let's go ahead and play this move immediately. Mark Esserman would be proud. I would hope so, although I think this position is defensible for black, and I might be in trouble if black plays this right. And I'll tell you why. In this position, I think black has a good move, but the consequences look unclear. Like, I'm not... let me put it this way. I don't think the engine is going to approve of what I'm doing here, but for a human as black in this position, it could be tough for them. Okay, I was thinking bishop b7, which attacked my bishop, and then if there was a trade of bishops on b7, they take with the knight and guard here. Had some ideas in mind against that. They took on h2, so let's take back. Okay, now bishop e7. But the timing is a little bit different now. A little bit different. Let's go here. Line up with the king. And at this point, I know black wants to castle, okay? So we could try to ambush them, like queen e2, and then on castling, bishop takes b7. Queen d6, awfully tempting as well. I might go for that one. Bishop g5, maybe. Lots and lots of tempting moves. Let's play queen d6. And knight c4, queen d4. All right, I'll play it. It looks like one of the more aggressive moves, so let's do it. Yeah, this opening does make for sharp games. That's absolutely true. Good afternoon, Michael, by the way. Who is stronger, Andrejkin or Jospum? That's a random question. I can't say I was expecting to field that question. Andrejkin or Jospum? I got to go with Andrejkin, but it really depends probably on the time control. Bullet, probably Jospum. All right, let's go here. Some pins going on. I think Stair is defending reasonably well. Yeah, this is starting to feel like I should have some tactic pretty soon. But f6 is a good defensive move, so I'm on the lookout here. Should I sack? Let's do it. Looks interesting. Hit the rook. And assuming rook f8, bishop g6 is not quite mate, but wow, look at all the pins going on there. Wowee. Can I try that? Let's do it. I'm running low on time here, so maybe I should exercise some caution, but I cannot resist. We're going to send this in. Using the pins. There's a check here, but I'll just tuck the king in. I mean, this feels like a true Morra game. I have not slowed down really in this one. All out assault on the black king. Okay. Let's take with the knight. I could take with the queen, but I sense that black wants to move their king. So let's try to, yeah. I was going to say, let's try to benefit from, oh, that was hanging. Okay, I didn't notice that they could take my queen now, but I think that's okay. I'm up material. Forgot my queen was also hanging in that transaction. Still tricky, though. We're facing two knights, so you guys know the drill. You can never relax against a pair of knights. Never, ever. Do not do it. You can't relax against a single knight. You can't relax against a pawn that could be under-promoted to a knight. Okay, I'm going to eliminate the pawn, or eliminate the knight, rather. Player's fast. Oh, I get the win. GG. Great game. I think you played well, Stare. Let's take a look at this one. I am curious about bishop takes f6 and the resulting play here. Let's see what the engine has to say about this. Okay, it's suggesting that I just retreat here. Bishop e3. It's giving a big advantage to white. At this point in the game, I'm down a pawn, but black's king is stuck in the center. It does, or I'm down 2 pawns, actually. I have 4 pawns to black's 6. So down 2 pawns, but the engine is showing a lot of compensation. More than enough. But not as played here. So what's the problem with this? Queen c7, free up with check, and then castle long. Didn't see that at all. I was not looking for that. Or rook f8 first, but especially castle long. That, I think, is what really cinches this. Anyone in the chat see that? It seems improbable when you're staring at this position and the rook is under attack that black could like very quickly coordinate and get their king castled. So, we were both getting under a minute here, and that just seemed visually impossible that would occur. Okay, so rook f8, now this. And at this point, the engine is suggesting that I settle for the draw. Check, because the knight is pinned, right? Rook f8, check again. We have a draw. But this is Lichess. Whoa, knight. Wait. We got to figure this out. Knight g5 is a straight up losing move. Really? It might be for a similar reason, like the castling thing. Yeah, thanks for the game, Stare. Good game. Because I was really not seeing a good defense for black otherwise. It's got to be because of check and then castling long. And I wonder if because of rook g8. Yeah, I can't take with the knight because my queen hangs. So let's say I take here. I wonder if it's because of the rook coming over. No, it's not this line. What is it? Queen c7, queen f4. Uh-huh. You are right, it's Faz. Queen c7, queen f4. Also, there's knight e5, but queen f4. That's another thing. Again, this is the difference between like blitz and longer time controls, or human chess and engine chess. Yeah, like a top level player is going to find that, maybe even in a blitz game. But for us mortals, it looks like white has the initiative here and black is hanging on by a thread, but the engine's not fooled. Even queen b8 looking for the same thing is fine. And even if I play g3, which actually stops the whole queen f4 business, yeah, black can castle, and my king is probably too weak. That's where this bishop could really show up and flex its muscles. Something like this in here. Yeah, look at this. Carnage. Knight e5, hit the queen. Rook h1 coming in. A lot of things could go wrong. Okay, interesting. I'm tempted to analyze that game further, but we got to keep it moving. Thanks for the game, Stare. Oh, and good luck to you, Monkey Fellow. We actually just played on my stream about 45 minutes ago. Let's play a King's Gambit in this one. King's Gambit. Okay, knight c6. Now, the important thing about the King's Gambit, you got to realize, when white plays f4 on move 2, they're not actually threatening to take the pawn on e5 yet, because black has queen h4, which forks the king and the pawn on e4. So when black plays knight c6, I'm not going to be in a hurry to take on e5. I'm going to develop, and try to apply pressure here. Hello, Asios, one of our mods as well. Thank you for tuning in. All right, d6, solid. Let's go here. I think bishop b5 is also reasonable, but let's play bishop c4. You're actually the one getting attacked. Yeah, that game could have flipped quickly. That last Smith-Morra game. That was really fun. All right, bishop g4 with the pin. I think c3 is usually a pretty good reaction here. It stops knight d4. It hints at queen b3, looking to attack this and this. So seems decent. Okay, now, should I go for the queen b3 move? Or perhaps castle, maybe address e4 in some way? Let's play one of the sharper moves. I'm going to go here. We'll see how black reacts. I feel like mixing it up with you guys today, you know, pushing it to the limit a bit and seeing who can punish me if the opportunity arises. Monkey Fella played twice in one day. Yes, Monkey Fella challenged before we started, and I was doing a little stream of my own on my personal channel. So he got a challenge in there. Okay, queen d7. I think that's a good reply. All right, I guess I'll take. I don't know. This might be a poor way of playing for me, but we'll see how it turns out. If knight takes e4, maybe I can go here. I'm thinking. So we can send in challenges whenever. That is correct. You can challenge me before the stream starts. You can if you want. But remember, challenges are selected randomly. So it doesn't matter when you actually challenge. The moment that I click the button, everyone has an equal chance of being selected. So as long as you're in the challenges, it's fine. Yeah, that's correct, Platon. This is a King's Gambit. Go figure, I'm playing the King's Gambit, and I'm trying to, like, play it up a pawn. Let's go b4. I won a pawn out of the King's Gambit. I just may not have those attacking instincts, you know? Yeah, I guess I'll take with the rook. Maybe 95. Ah, 95. I blundered 95. Maybe we can win a pawn, though. Monkey takes the exchange, which is good. But, okay, yeah, I don't have enough compensation here. But at least I have the two bishops. At least I have the two bishops that can perhaps do some damage. That was a nice little tactic by them. Little sequence there. Oh, but this blunders the rook on b6. And we're back in the action. Let's push. Okay, this is also hanging. I should probably go take that at some point soon. Let's do this first, though. I'm going to go a6 here. I like the look of this pawn. Useful pawn down the stretch. Probably just keep pushing it. Bishop d5. Big time threat now. This is looking over. Try to get through on the light squares. I could also do this one. And then here. But let's just take. Black doing everything possible to try to prevent my bishop from coming here. Once again, good defense. But a little too late. All right. Thank you for the game, monkey fella. I appreciate it. You were probably better in the middle game. 95, that was good calculation on your part, realizing that you could play knight takes f3 check in between move. So I don't know. I feel like you have pretty decent play around here. So maybe the lesson is don't play the King's Gambit. Even Lichess gives it the dubious mark. I think Grandmaster Jan Gustafsson, he talks about in one of his chessable courses that f4 is something like the 10th preferred move by the engine in this position, or maybe 15th. Like there's many moves that it says are better than f4, including stuff like a3, h3, which are actually not too bad of moves. They can be useful. Basically, his point was, if given the choice, the engine is not ever going to suggest that in the top 3 moves. But, you know, if it's good enough for Jan Nepomniachtchi, he wrote a course about it too, and he plays it every once in a while, then probably we can get away with playing it in blitz games. But, you know, seriously, Monkey Fella, I thought you played well. I don't think this variation is that great, but I'm not a King's Gambit expert. It just seems a little restricting to me doing like this. Your bishop does get blocked, and you're not, you know, making an effort to capture early on. But I think you handled this okay. You didn't panic at all when I tried to create threats. Thank you for the game. Who's up next here? Juicer Carlson, good luck to you. Let's get it. Let's get after it. I always see you in the chat, Juicer Carlson. D4 on the board. We'll play knight f6. All right. Maybe like a Benko. Plays knight f3. Okay, I'll take. Play a6 here. I used to play this back in the day quite a bit. a6 followed by d5. All right, we'll just bring the knight out. Gustafsson said in his course, white is weakening his king and giving a pawn on move 2. Yeah, that sounds accurate. I can imagine Jan is not a fan of that opening. All right, let's take. Maybe I'll try to play this like a Grunfeld or something. I don't know. We'll go here. Bishop d7, just so I can take with the bishop. Do you guys ever think, like, if you had unlimited mental space and time, what openings would you want to master? For me, I think the Grunfeld would be pretty high up there. I feel like it's a pretty awesome opening. But what do you guys think? If you could pick one major opening that you'd like to master, what would it be? You can just implant the knowledge into your head right now. Pegla says Kingsinian. Royalfolk says Grunfeld. Nick says the Dutch. Italian. Semislav, Catalan, the Dragon, Ponziani. Okay, we're getting a lot of Najdorfs. A lot of MVL fans here. A lot of people saying Najdorf. Scandi, of course. Oh, there we go. Scandi, yeah. Yep. French Taimanov. Berlin. Ooh, Berlin. I feel like the Berlin might be wasted like at our level because none of us here are super GMs, I would assume. Give us a shout out in the chat if you happen to be a super GM and you're watching. I don't know, maybe Ali Reza's watching this or something. Polish opening. Oh yeah, now we're talking. I like this position a lot. I'm just kind of debating how I want to try to attack. White has some weaknesses. I think they're going to go for a big trade down like Rook d1 now. But it might leave this pawn hanging in the future. Let's take here, unless I want to play knight d2. Now let's take here. Bishop takes. Okay, so I can cash out for a pawn here right away if I want. I can take and then take here. But you know what, guys? This is the type of position where I don't think I need to rush it. Like, queen here, for instance, looks pretty nice to me. Yeah, let's try that. We're going to attack the e4 pawn, and assuming Juicer defends it like this, I'm thinking work the queen into d2. This bishop is so bad, I can't even bring myself to play knight takes b2. That seems like a good bargain for white if they only escape losing this weak c. This pawn's going to be weak the rest of the game. Bishop's terrible. So I'm trying to play for a little more here. There's someone named Ali Reza on YouTube who just wrote a comment. Ali Reza Agsam says, "See you later, bye." I love it. See you later, bye. All right, let's take this now. So it was true. Ali Reza was in the chat. I'll take this next. Okay, I feel like this should now probably be winning this endgame. Should I trade right away? I guess we will. Let's swap, and then we'll play like this. I'll try to demonstrate my technique in this endgame. Let's give it a check. Come up with a king. Check. Okay, looks pretty good so far. Now we're just going to make our way over with the king. Oh, why did I hang that? That was kind of foolish, Sean. He could have taken that, but oh well. I'm mainly focused on not losing on time here. Go here. Okay, now we should win. Employ some cage theory, where you restrict the enemy king. There we go. GG. Thanks for the game, Juicer. Yeah, I did blunder the f3 pawn. Let's see if you take it right here, if you can draw it. You can. Yeah. For some reason, I didn't think you would keep your bishop attacking the pawn, but yeah, I should have just pushed f2 somewhere around here. Pawn f2 and then go do what I did in the game. What about that position where I played queen f4? That is one of the best moves. Okay, cool. It is the best move. Yeah. So this is a typical thing. When you have an advantage and your opponent is defending, they're defending, being persistent, there will often come a point where you can cash out and take the material if you want. But I felt like in doing that, you know, I only win one pawn. It's an opposite color ending. White got rid of their two worst pieces, the bishop on b2 and that weak pawn on c3. That doesn't seem like I'm selling out for as much value as I have here, you know? So that's why I went for queen f4, looking for more. And I was hoping for this and then coming in here, which is dismal for white. Because now they'll straight up lose the bishop. Like here, I give a check. I guess I'm even mating. Bishop e5, this is hanging, but also mating ideas. Okay, so I think in the opening in this one, Juicer Carlson, you probably should play knight takes c6 here. And you can actually try to do to me what I did to you in the game. Like you can take that opportunity to damage my pawns. Thanks for the game. Hey, Salibovic. All right. This is our 14th game against one another from the looks of it. Good luck to you. Cue the conspiracy theorists out there about how the algorithm's rigged. It's not, I can assure you. Queen f4, looking for more. You sound like Canty. Yeah. Shout out to James. The big fella. Can I play one game? So I'm not taking requests per se. Everyone can challenge, but I'm accepting challenges randomly. Okay, this position looks pretty sketchy for Sali. Yeah, Salibovic beat me in this game. This is the one where I got flagged. He flagged me in devastating fashion. Okay, now this, I think, could work against him. Let me think how I want to do this. Knight e5. Wait a second. Knight e5. Yeah. Sack. No, 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 no. I got to play this first. Let's go here. Sack the queen. That's what I want to do. Knight here. Yeah. This is a good motif to keep in mind when this diagonal is weak towards the enemy king and they're trying to set up this pin. Bishop takes d1, bishop d7 check, forcing queen d7. Bishop takes check, king d8, and then I'll probably just take the bishop. Be up a piece. I'll be threatening knight takes f7. It's good. And unfortunately for black, they can't even pull the e-break here and play bishop d7 because I'll take and queen takes will run into bishop b5. I mean, it might be best to try king takes here, but that is just an absolutely dismal position. Okay, queen c8, but now I can take this. I can also throw in the check first. Yeah, let's go for the check. Yeah, and this is carnage. Not today, Solly. Not today. He's probably going to resign. Nope. Any chance I can play you even though I sub today? Yeah, so again, appreciate the subscription if you've subscribed on Lichess or are a patron or whatnot, but that doesn't impact your ability to play. Everyone has an equal chance. Yes, thank you for the game, Salibovich. So this line you played, just kind of sketchy. Knight c6. If you're going to play this way, I think you should play e6, which transposes to a Tarrasch. I think you can also take here and do this, although this is a little bit better for white. And then recover the pawn. Keep this knight e5 idea in mind, though, guys. It's one that could come in real handy for you. Looks like bishop b5 is also really good here. Check. This. Take. Take. And then knight e5, looking for this. This diagonal is simply too weak. Simply too weak for black. But this is flashy. I mean, how can you resist playing knight e5 if you're familiar with this idea? So again, if black took the queen, we don't panic. We're going to regain the material with interest. This is why I threw in the a3 move, by the way, because if the knight was still here, black could play knight c6. Even that situation is sometimes good for white. I actually have a game on my YouTube channel over the board in a blitz game where I did something similar to that. But this is even cleaner. Take, and then just scoop this up, and we're up a piece. This fork is threatened. White's completely winning here. All right, thanks for the game. Let's keep rolling here. Wow, we're at 115 challenges. I haven't seen us being over 100 challenges in a little while. Good luck to VV. Why don't we play like D3? Who willingly plays D3? I don't even know what to make of this move. Let's play E5. Oh, man. All right. All right. I'll give you yeah. I mean, I think if someone plays E3 or D3, it is often a mouse slip, in fairness, so that's okay. I was out of book. I was out of book. I didn't know how to react. You should create a command for every time someone asks about becoming a GM. Because Mr. Sorry asked about it. That's okay. I don't mind answering. So yeah, I'm an international master. I have one grandmaster norm. I got it about 10 years ago now. It's been a long time. Fortunately, those norms don't expire, and you need 3 of them. You need 3 of these norms. I don't have any plans to go for GM, although I would really, really like to. But the time sink, the logistics, the expense of it, but mainly the time, I would say, is what discourages me from doing it as much as I would like to. That being said, though, caveat I always give, I might still do it. I might still do it at some point. And if I do it, or attempt it. It's probably the best way to characterize it. It would be an attempt. It's not like you're just getting a degree, and although it's challenging, you know that if you do the work, you're going to graduate with that degree. No, GM or going for any title is a gamble. I mean, you could spend 10 years and not get it if you don't perform. So if I do it, the attempt, I would try to document it along the way, because I think it'd be really interesting for people to follow along. This move looks sketchy because it really weakens the knight on c3. First instinct, knight h5 hits the bishop in here, but there's bishop d2. Let's play, let's go knight d7 to attack here. Oh, thank you, Mr. Sorry, for tuning in from the Czech Republic. Appreciate it. Let's see. This is an interesting position. I feel like I'm doing pretty well, but I don't know how to proceed. Let's go h5, just so I don't have to worry about white playing h5. Didn't Levy try that? So Levy has put out some content where he's played GM Norm tournaments and just tournaments in general, done like recaps. And I've kind of done similar things in the past where I've been playing an event and in some cases done game reviews. I think it's simply too difficult from an energy perspective to do that and play at a high level. Unless you're like Hikaru or someone. I think the people who can do that and have it not impact their chess in a negative way are very few and far between. So I would have to think about how I actually pursue it, but I would have someone help me, or more likely save the game review until after the events. I think that's the most realistic thing to do. Like, save the actual thorough reviews of the game until after the event is finished. Okay, rook takes g4. Yeah, again, white is playing pretty provocatively here. I don't see like a refutation per se to what they're doing. And I do have to watch my time, so let's continue playing logical moves. Let's just attack the center. We'll go here. If queen e2 trying to defend, then I hit white with c4. I know this pawn's a little bit loose, but I'm happy to trade like the b pawn for the e pawn. If there's one thing Levy's attempt at GM showed, it's that people love to watch that kind of content. Yeah, absolutely. It's compelling content, isn't it? For sure. So that's one of the reasons I'd like to pursue something like that. And also, whoops, got the knight. I think it would be a nice model for someone to like see if they could obtain GM while bringing potentially tens or hundreds of thousands of people along for the ride, you know? It would be a cool experiment. Let's take with the queen. This one's hanging, but if I took it right away, there's... Oh, I guess bishop d2. Yeah, I could have done that and then gone after the rook. Man, that's the second time I've missed a tactic like this recently. I get another crack at it here, but should have taken that right away. Knight g3, take. Let's go here. Could have done that too and then taken the rook. But this should be sufficient. I'm looking for a fancy mate, but I think I just need to win the game. Just win the chess game. This will do it. All right. Thank you, VV, for the game. I felt like your pawn pushes were a little much in this one. I mean, around here, you've already played h4. Coupling that with b4, I just feel like your position's kind of loose. Engine loves black here. Not going to say I played this in the best way. Knight d7, actually a bad move, according to the engine. Queen d2 is what it wants you to do. Yeah, I'm not going to say I played this in the best possible way. This does look more natural now that I see that. But I think it makes your position a little hard to manage. Mainly because your king is always a question mark. And it blocks your rooks from communicating. Your major pieces have trouble here. Yeah, and then you drop the knight, but the position wasn't looking too hot at this point anyways. Okay, thanks for the game. More to the point. Good luck. That sounds like something I've heard in lots of postmortems and analysis over the years in chess. E4. I'm going to hate myself, but let's play a French. The opening of self-loathing for me. I play it just to mix it up. Yes, French? Said no one ever. That's right. Even French players hate the French. That is correct. You play this opening, Bakus? I didn't know that. Did not know that. Hanging Pawns is doing that, but he's very far away from the towel. Oh, yeah, shout out to Hanging Pawns. Yeah, he's also trying to improve his chess and documenting pretty much everything along the way. And I think he's been at it for several years now. Yeah. He is a Croatian guy. I think he's about 2,000 FIDE in his, I want to say, late 20s. And indeed, he's been for years now, probably the last like 4 years, I'd say, been trying to pursue chess improvement and constantly making videos and playing tournaments along the way. Happy to see French. The Ortho Schnapp has been serving you well. Oh, yeah, the Ortho Schnapp. See, I would always forget to play an opening like that. That's another one of those meme openings. Ortho Schnapp Gambit. Okay, so I have double isolated pawns here, but we're far away from an endgame, so I'm not going to sweat that. I'm mostly interested in trying to attack, so I'm looking to use that half-open file. Knight there, so that threatens this. You know, funnily enough, I wonder if I could bait that somehow. Probably not. I could play queen b6, threatening mate, but there's knight a4. Ooh, okay. To quote Eric Rosen, I see a funny line. There's a funny line. This might happen, guys. The string of moves that would lead to this funny line is actually pretty logical. Oh, didn't work. At least not yet. Might still happen. Now I'm trying to figure out how I can induce the funny line. Let's play f6, though. I think I should probably kick the knight. Don't you ever play a Scandi? Yeah, I play Scandi frequently, but I also try to mix it up for the stream. You know, I don't want to like exclusively play Scandi because I know some people want to see other openings. Okay, I'm really trying to make this idea in question work, guys. I'm trying to get an oh no, my queen moment. Oh no, my queen. And then Eric does this. To look at the camera. I guess the camera's here. Like, yeah, you guys see it. I think my opponent sees it now too. Right, he says that too. Okay, I had to take an accounting of this move. Queen takes a2 is going to be my reply. Threatening queen a1 mate. And I think I'm winning here. It's not going to be flashy, but I think I'm going to win because queen c3 or something. This move doesn't stop queen a1. Oh, he resigned. I feel so dirty. What a game. What a game. All right. Eric's great. Yeah, so that was inspired by Eric Rosen. Queen a5. Allowing queen takes a4, which does appear to be winning. Look at that. It does appear to be winning. You know, at least this is, I don't know. I was going to say it's objectively a good move, but maybe it's not. It's possible it's not the best move. This will go on YouTube. Yeah. What to do? Yeah, he's got many mannerisms and sayings. So that's the danger of white playing bishop takes a6 here. I'm not going to claim that's a bad move. In fact, the engine thinks it's fine. But if you play such a move, it's not like you can just strategically think, and I'm not suggesting white did this, but it's not just the case that black has weak pawns. Remember, doubled pawns yield open files. So I'm looking to attack down that file. It seemed like white played this correctly, though. Knight e5, maybe not, but knight a4 now, that prevents my queen from coming here or here. Because of the defense like this. And white can try to clamp some of these squares. If there's a trade of the bishops in the future, like let's just say something like this. I don't know, just for illustrative purposes. Like this would be a good scenario for white, where the knight is blockading. There's not a whole lot of pressure towards b2. I'm probably going to struggle to find counterplay here. Would queen f4 hold at the end? Ooh, queen f4. I don't think I looked at that move. Let's see. Yeah, and of course, this was the idea, guys. Many of you saw that. If white takes the queen, their king is cut off. It's a good question about queen f4. Yeah, queen f4, that's clever because it holds the bishop and allows for the king to escape. g5 is the response. Why does g5 work? Because knight takes g5. Knight takes g5 and then knight takes d6. Knight takes d6. Yeah. And then if queen takes, I'm going to assume queen a1, queen takes d4 or not? No, just this, and you can give this because of this at the end. Oh, wow, look at that. Okay. I can't say I would have calculated all that. Hit the queen, threaten mate. So that would have been a good defense, BD Gambitier. You're absolutely right. Even though black's winning, still some work to do here. Okay, thanks for the game. More to the point. Let's keep it rolling here. Knight forks is up next. e4. Okay, I just played French. How about we play e5? We'll see what we get out of e4, e5. Bishop c4. Yep. Maybe we'll get some sort of Scotch Gambit or something. I feel like a lot of people play Scotch Gambit. Just d3. They're settling for d3. Okay, so when I see this early, I think maybe I can do this g5, g4 plan. It might be possible. First, I'm going to play, let's think. Let's go queen e7. I'm going to try to avoid a possible queen trade or white breaking through and having the option of trading queens. This is a bit speculative. This is another line I think the engine doesn't really approve of. But given how white has played it and my king being flexible, I'm going to try to capitalize on that. Let's go here. Speaking of Rosen, can you play a Stafford Gambit? I could maybe work in a Stafford, yeah. I can maybe embarrass myself. Hey, what's up, pun intended? Also, Vishnu asking, which book do you think is best for calculation exercises? What's your level, Vishnu? I think that would change my answer quite a bit if I knew your level or adjust my answer. Do I play any video games? Not anymore. I used to play like Counter-Strike, Age of Empires. Those are my favorite games back in the day. I don't know about this position for me. I don't really like how I'm playing this. I was actually mostly afraid of this. This, I feel like I can go here and maybe block this up. No, I haven't played that, Jake Kowalski. Age of Empires 2. is what I used to play. Age of AoE 2. I played that so much when I was in middle school. I had a friend who he claimed was like top 10 in the world in the deathmatch mode, I think it's called, in AoE. So he was teaching me all sorts of stuff back then. That's when I was in middle school. We're talking like late 90s here. It was quite a while ago. Age of Empires is such a great game, though. I'm not even huge into games, but I appreciate that one. Yeah, right? Simple history. What was my favorite nation? Was it called let me see if I can search it. Trying to get a list of all of them. They'll trigger my memory. Oh wow, this is it's triggering a lot of memories here. Let me make sure I play well in this game though. Let's go Rook here. I think I usually played as the Franks, if I recall. I like the Britons as well because they had the archers. So I frequently played as the Britons too. Like on certain maps, they were really good. I think I played as the Saracens a fair amount. What about you guys? Okay, now I think G4 is going to crash through. This is looking great. We're going to get at F2. Hey, monkey fella. Byzantium every time, not even a good nation. Very nice. If I take here, this probably not quite working. So let's just take with a pawn. And this knight is really feeling the heat at this point, unfortunately for white. John, are you a diver? No. I have the username Fins because of a song by Jimmy Buffett called Fins. You can listen to it if you want. It's so funny looking at this. Sorry, I got sidetracked by AoE. Okay, I got to make sure I win this game. I think this is mating. Check. Yep, we're going to mate here. Rook takes h3 coming. Thanks for the game, Night Forks. I think in this one, this was a key moment because, yeah, I'm gearing up to try to attack your king, and I think you knew that. Probably why you played knight h2. But on a6, I'm starting to weaken my own king, and I played a6 because a5 is a threat here, right? Trapping the bishop. So a6, I think knight c4 is probably the move. Let's see what the engine thinks. Yep, knight c4 is strong. Hitting the bishop, because that creates all sorts of tension issues for me. Not only can you take the bishop at the drop of a hat, but if I try to save it, then b5 hits really hard. b5, 2 points of contact. You really like 2 points of contact when you're trying to break through and attack the enemy king. If take, I am robusto here. I'm totally busted because if the knight moves, the bishop drops. So that I think would have been a savvier way of playing the attack. When you go b5, I was very happy to get my knight here, kind of block things up a little bit. You're still doing fine according to the engine, but I think it's a lot harder now. So just a little moment there. Thanks for the game. Okay, Knight Hoarder is next. We're playing another knight opponent. Good luck. Good luck, good luck. Oh, Vishnu is asking their question again. You're above 2,000 online. What do I think a good calculation book to get to the next level? Are you there, Knight Hoarder? Guess not. Yeah, so above 2,000, I guess my next question is that Lichess rating or chess.com? I like Tune Your Chess Tactics Antenna. That's like a book on sense of danger that I've recommended to people even a little lower than your rating. I think the woodpecker method's pretty good. You can also look into the woodpecker method just as a method to use to train calculation. But the woodpecker method book is not bad. There's a book called Imagination in Chess that is one of my all-time favorite calculation books, but it's kind of hard to find. And it is fairly high level. Even for 2000, it might be a little higher level. So those are just some titles off the top of my head. Amateur to IM, good book. Yeah, Amateur to IM is a great book. Love that book. Shout out to Jonathan Hawkins, who is now a grandmaster, actually. He's the one who wrote that book. That's an excellent book for adult improving players. I feel it's pretty inspirational. Okay, Queen A4. Interesting position here. You know what I'm going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to play A6. I'm going to roll with my king in the center. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to claim that because the queens are coming off the board, we're okay with having our king in the middle. And we'll just play this endgame, or queenless middle game. That's right, Dudlick. All right, here I could give a check, and if white attempts to do the same thing, I can maybe claim that they have some issues. I think I'm going to do that. I like this check. I like the look of this. 92 is a bit inconsistent, I'd say. That move to me doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Thanks to everyone tuning in, by the way. We've got quite a few viewers. 196 on YouTube, 350 on Twitch. We're over halfway here through our stream. Time has been flying, guys. I've been having a really good time. I hope you guys have too. And I look forward to this every week. So thanks for joining, everyone. Likewise, good. Glad to hear it. All right, so attack this pawn. I'm just a little bit better coordinated now. White cannot castle anymore. Remember that? Because their king has moved. So I think they're going to be somewhat suffering with their king in the middle. Let's do this. Probably they got to go f3. I think you got to shove the knight out of there, yeah. And now do I play knight c3 or maybe knight d6? Knight d6 looks pretty good here. Let's do that. Yeah, I don't know, though. White might be close to equalizing. Maybe king d2 there would have been close. I just have this nagging pressure now. Just this little bit of pressure. Maybe we can do something with. Okay. Let's let's go here. If you had a full 30 minutes a day, wait, what are you guys talking about? Something about 30 minutes. Trying to see what the question was someone just had. Okay, we're in a rook endgame now. I think I'm still better, but it's getting interesting. Could check. Let's go here, though. I think this is a bit savvier. Now, a common reaction would be rook e2. I'm hitting both these pawns, so a lot of people would play rook e2 here, but that offers to go into a probably losing pawn endgame. Okay, so white doesn't play that. I like that white did not play that. That is a good reaction, I'd say. Let's go check. We'll play the check here. I mean, pretty good defense by white. Like rook f1, that was an excellent move. I'm having to come up with some creative ways to play this position to keep the advantage. Basically, I'm trying not to take this pawn until I'm absolutely certain I have like these pawns on lockdown. I don't even care about losing the H pawn. I want to keep my connected pawns because these are going to carry the day. Push here. I don't care about the A pawn either. They can have the A pawn. Because in Rook endgames, or pawn endgames as well, a lot of endgames, it's about the quality of your passed pawns. It's not about the quantity. It's about the quality of them. So like these two versus the three, it's not even close as to which ones are more important. Even if I didn't have like the E pawn, let's say, I might still be playing for a win here because of how advanced that pawn is. But that was really good defense by my opponent. I think I probably misplayed the position a little bit right around here. Okay, but it's not that big of an advantage. We're only talking half a pawn here. But I think white played pretty well to neutralize this. Yeah, and they have no issues at this point, according to the engine. This move, not so good. Probably because my king comes up. Although, again, I maybe put the cart before the horse here. Should have actually advanced my pawn in this case. Got fancy with this. It's just suggesting some of these pawn moves. And it would have been very easy for white to blunder rook e2. Again, I'm impressed that white had the discipline to avoid that, because rook e2 looked like a natural way to try to break up my rook's coordination. But this endgame is losing. I'm going to be able to support this pawn pretty soon, and I can take care of these two versus the one, especially with my active king. So thanks for the game. You played well there, TM. Okay, Kevin. Let's play a Larsen opening. Play b3. The Nimzo-Larsen. Okay, blocking this, but that looks a little sketchy. Oh, I think I closed the Lichess chat on YouTube. Let me go back into it here. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to ignore your messages. I just closed the chat. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to play f4 now. Maybe look for a moment to play queen h5. Whoa. The experimental moves keep coming. All right. Yeah, Ben Feingold's not going to like this one. Never play f6. Hey, Nocturnal Chicken. Good to see you. Also, Blake. Thank you guys for tuning in today. He's using the OG Bong Cloud. Apparently. Yeah, I kind of missed that question. Someone was asking about 30 minutes a day, what to do with it. What's the best split between tactics, openings, playing, actual games? Yeah, that's so tough because 30 minutes isn't all that much. I would probably say that, I'm going to guess you're a little more towards like the beginner end of the rating spectrum. And you're probably best served like playing games and analyzing them a little bit. Maybe try to make it like a rapid game. It's going to have to be a pretty fast rapid game, like a 10-0, 10+2 maybe, with some light analysis afterwards, and probably doing some puzzles. But hard to do a lot with 30 minutes. Ideally, you'd want to have some longer chunks of time. Man, I really want to play this move. I'm going to do it. This is another don't try this at home moment, ladies and gentlemen. But we're going for the attack. We're playing for the initiative. Okay, now I think black should have stepped that way, because stepping this way looks dangerous. Bishop a3. The Nimzo-Larsen bishop coming to life. I think this is winning. King d7, rook f7. King e8, bishop h5. And even if I allow bishop takes d4, I don't think black can survive that. Too much firepower. Dotlook says, when I've done 30 minutes per day, that is exactly what I did. 10-minute rapid plus analysis, then puzzles for the remainder. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, the other thing to keep in mind, too, if you have only a small-ish chunk of time in chess, like I'd say, you know, anywhere from like 20 minutes to an hour, it's not a bad idea just to concentrate on one thing. You know, don't feel like you have to bounce around a lot. The thing I've realized over the years, like being a chess professional, especially like teaching a lot, honestly, like any challenging and interesting work that you do is useful in chess. Any challenging, interesting work. And some of the easiest and most challenging things that will, you know, allow you to improve on a daily basis are just playing longer games, treating them seriously, practicing good time management, and reviewing them afterwards. And it's fun too. So that's always like high up on my list of recommendations if you're in doubt about how to spend your time in a productive way. But don't feel like, oh, like I got to spend 10 minutes on positional play, 10 minutes on endgames. Nah, that's a fallacy that, you know, arranging lots of different items on your plate and pushing them around a little bit is gonna make you satiated. You know, you just need to get to the meat and potatoes, or the I don't know, veggie burger if you're vegetarian, vegan. Okay, just putting the finishing touches on this game. Material here, but it would take a little while to win this one. Black's kind of solid. Ooh, get a nice little fork. Oh, queen takes first, and then that would have been kind of cool. This is winning. All right, thanks for the game, Kevin. I think the whole 95 thing, although it did win the game quickly for me, or led to a winning position, not sure it's sound, because you could have put your king on the G file. And I know that looks scary, but that might actually hold. Let's take a look. Yeah, wow, look at that. King G7, King G8. Top two moves, King G7, and it's almost dead equal. Because the problem here is I want to hop my bishop, right? I want to get my queen to G4 to check you. So it crossed my mind to play something like this. You know, to quote Eric Rosen, like, oh no, my bishop. To try to get the queen here. But that's such a superficial idea. And if you saw it, you would, you know, just ignore the bishop sitting here because this pawn's even defended. Play something like that, which is possible because of the pin. So you spent a little time here, but I think it would have been to your benefit to spend more time because the position's sharp. It's hanging in the balance. If you get the wrong move in a sharp position, you can easily lose the game. And I think you missed the bishop coming here. And now you're at the mercy of the bishop pair. Probably King E8 is a little more challenging, although I don't know because this sets up all these discoveries. Yeah, I did think about under promoting to a rook, but couldn't turn off the under promotion in time. Yeah, thanks for the game, Kevin. Let's continue here. Kimbu, you're up next. 2029. Hello, X Shuda. Webster says knight takes e5 missed. Oh, in that last game? Yeah, there might have been a moment Black could play that. When would that have been, though? Okay, I don't know that Kimbu is here. I don't know when Black would have played that, Webster. Certainly when I played knight e5 check, they could think about taking with the knight, but I imagine you're talking about afterwards. Okay, e4. Let's play a Scandi this time. We'll go Scandinavian. Maybe I'll play the modern Scandinavian with knight f6. Portuguese variation, bishop g4. This is one of the more fun lines if they play f3. If they don't play f3, it's not that fun. Do Sicilian defense. I've been playing a fair amount of Sicilian recently, but I'll probably try to get in one more Sicilian or something. Oh, you're heavily distracted, so it might have been a different position. Yeah, that's no problem. Which Sicilian do you play? I usually play Khan or classical Sicilian. I would like to learn Sveshnikov and maybe some of the accelerated dragon lines in greater depth. Not too interested in the Najdorf, I gotta say. I have no desire to study that. Oh yeah, Taimanov. Taimanov's interesting. Nice. You play that, Dutlick? Yeah, Taimanov's cool. All right, so since we're playing this variation as opposed to the queen takes d5 stuff, the play is a little bit quicker. I'm looking to create a few more problems with my minor pieces, be a little more active. How about this move? This looks kind of interesting. Let's pin. Maybe I can castle here and try to target this pawn. Oh, I haven't checked that out, pawn 76. Christoph Sveshnikov course. Oh, yeah, I've heard good things about that one. Which he created, I think, after the World Championship match in 2018, right? It's been around for a while. Because it was kind of inspired by Magnus playing the black side of the Sveshnikov against Fabiano. Okay. Now, how much danger is my queen in? That I wonder. I don't know, but let's go here first. Attack their queen. Both have a couple bishops kind of situated next to each other. Oh, thank you, Korshal. That's a very kind message. Yeah. It's fun just hanging out here and, shooting the breeze. I try to answer as many questions as I can. It's a good time. Now, I do think I have to be somewhat concerned about the discovery, so I'm thinking put the queen on h6. Pretty weird formation here. You might wonder how the queen got here if you just saw this position. But you know what? I actually kind of like my position. I think this queen is pretty annoying here. I mean, I got this great battery, still lurking against h2. This one I was thinking about castling queenside. Let's do it. Got to play energetically here, right? Go for the pin. White's king is still kind of a question mark in the middle of the board. I mean, probably white should castle this way. Goes there. Okay. Now I have this move if I want it. Yeah, that might be good. Let's check. Assuming king f1. And do I take d5 or maybe take c3? Tough call. Bit of a tough call. Let's take here first. We'll do it this way. And now I'm thinking take this one. Because I can't take here. It's defended enough times. I'm thinking I play this. And take probably bishop d4. Play that position. Or bishop e5 even. Let's do it. This is an in-between move, though. I have to be ready for how to meet. If they take on b7, I might even decline to take that pawn. And use this pawn as like shelter for my king. That is a strat. Let's try it. With white being low on the clock, I think this is fine to play this way. I mean, white might be okay, king f2, and try to get the rooks coordinated, but they have very little time, so it's going to be tough for them. Let's go rook d2, shall we? Or are they going to play... Nah, I think rook d2 is okay. If rook c1, trying to do this, maybe knight d5. Yeah, I think white's just getting a little flustered, being low on the clock. Now we're swarming. Okay, thanks for the game, Jeremy. Interesting little sequence there. I'm really curious what the evaluation of this position is. Let's see. Chess is just a draw, guys. First thing I see is 0.0. We spent all this mental effort to get here. It's super interesting. And the engine's like, yeah, I'm not really impressed by both of you. By either of you. Yeah, you're a little bit better. Here's black. If you play rook d8, 3/10 of a pawn. Big deal. I played queen h6, though. I didn't like that. So I guess what the engine is saying is I don't have to worry about the discoveries. That's interesting because this... Oh, I have the f4 square. I don't think I realized I have the f4 square now. But even this makes me a little claustrophobic. The queen is in the middle of the board, and I guess I'm surviving, but barely. Yeah, you know that famous saying that man plans and God laughs? I feel that way with the engine. Us chess players, we plan, and the engine just laughs. Especially in tactical positions. Interesting game. Really interesting game. Not even sure towards the end. Computer showing a small edge for me, but it's very much a competitive position. Okay. Thank you. Let's keep going here. Antonov. All right. This is our 9th game against each other over many months. Good luck. So you guys were asking about Sicilian. I can play a Sicilian. I don't remember what Anton plays against the Sicilian. I feel like he plays a... I was going to say C3 Sicilian, but guess not. Good luck to my opponent. Okay, so let's play a Kann. We'll play a Kann Sicilian. Hello, Basid. And thank you, Sam, by the way. And David, too. Says, John, you are so much fun to learn and watch from. Or watch and learn from. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Just checking on some of the other questions. What's my favorite kind of food? If I had to choose a type of food that I like best, I would say like Mediterranean food. What are your thoughts on the 2x click mouse method as opposed to moving the piece and then release? Is the first way a bad habit? I see some streamers who do that. Like the click and then click. So like this. And then they kind of click it afterwards. I think that's like just a nervous habit. I've never done the click and click. I've always done the click and drag. Magnus does that 2-click? Right, he does, doesn't he? But how do you move quickly doing that? That seems like a losing battle, you know? Maybe I should try it for this game. Don't you have to drag in time scrambles? Like if I'm going to make the move queen c7 takes h2 quickly, I feel like dragging is the only way. John, you shouldn't talk about speed. I know, I'm not qualified to. I don't think it should be any less speedy than dragging. Maybe if you know exactly what move you're going to play, right? But the nice thing about dragging is you can kind of hover. Although, I don't know. I guess if you have the piece selected, you're right. Maybe it doesn't make a difference. It could just be my bias creeping in here. What kind of mouse do you use? I use a G502 Logitech. Logitech G502. Did that get in the camera? It's okay. I don't think it's the greatest thing in the world, but I haven't had too much luck with mice in the past. Let's take the pawn here. Trackpad gang. I think the trackpad players have to have their brain studied for chess medical science. I don't know how you guys do that. Or those of you who play exclusively on your phones. I don't understand you. Okay. So I'm up a pawn here, but let's still be a little careful. I think I'm just going to try to unwind it by going b6, bishop b7. I want to fight back a little bit on the dark squares. That's my policy here. Try to target c3. This bishop's kind of bad, but what can you do? Should be okay for the moment. Maybe I try to get the knight in here. Yeah, I think white's gearing up for f5. Let's think. I could make a really high-level prophylactic move. Let's try to do that, like this. Okay, but white is undeterred. They go here. And now I'm going to try to fight back like so. Get the knight in the mix. Do any of you play by touchscreen? Speaking of that, Webster mentioned touchscreen is faster than mouse. I think I can count on one hand the amount of games I've played on my phone. But I suspect a lot of you out there do play on your phones. Maybe the majority, I don't know. I just think it's going to be hard to play a serious game being on your phone. Let's go here. I'll let him have this pawn. I'm up on the clock. Oh, I had d4, actually. d4 would have been strong there. But what can you do? Let's kick the bishop now. Bishop's looking sketch. Not quite trapped, but a little sketchy. Let's just chase it for the time being. Fortunately, I'm not mated, but it's close. Probably losing in the final position. Thanks for the game, Anton. Appreciate it. So, interesting one. I got in the bishop b4, bishop takes c3, which can happen in the hedgehog. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you got to play these positions kind of aggressive if you're white to make up for these positional defects. But I couldn't tell you like where you went wrong specifically. I'm not sure. Like you have some compensation here. It's probably not enough. It might be worth studying this position kind of early. This is also why they sometimes play a3 early on. Like you will often see white playing a3 to rule out the whole bishop b4 approach. So maybe you could look into that. Thank you for the game. Tool of a Fook. Let's go. I'll play e4. Good luck to you. I'm reading your guys' comments about how you play. iPad if I'm lazy. The phone is dangerous. Phones are good for playing at work. I would definitely do puzzles on my phone. Haven't done a whole lot of that, but that I completely understand. Oh, this is a Lord of the Rings reference. That's right. Okay. Good call. Speaking of Taimanov, we have a Taimanov here. I'll play this Queen F3 line. I think this is how the cool kids play this line. Queen F3. And then I think it's Queen G3 is the idea. I think you try to trade queens and you open the H file in the process. If I'm not mistaken. Is it Gandalf who says Fool of a Took? Oh, so they're flipping the letters. I see. All right, this is a pawn sack, right? Can I take this? Maybe it's even more than a pawn sack, because how do you defend these pieces? Gandalf when they're in the mines of Moria. Aha. Nice. Actually, I see a little counterplay for black. I might have... Nah, it's probably still fine. But we'll see what black comes up with here. Gandalf called Pippin that. Yeah. Fool of a Took. Yeah. I do recall that, now that you say that. Okay, well, let's put black to the test. So take here. I think there's only one move that keeps black in the game at this point. He already said RIP. Let's just let them know that there is a good move here, I think. That was not it. I think bishop e5 had to be played. Attack the queen, attack the knight. Only move. But that's admirable. Black wasn't stream sniping. They didn't stall there hoping I'd drop a hint or something. I respect that. Ooh, this could end brutally too. King e7, there was knight f5 and then knight d5. That one. Probably. Yeah, let's take. Okay. Castle. I want to go attack this bishop, but these squares are covered, so can't exactly do that here. Hey, what's up, Vivav? We're into our last about 10, 15 minutes here. Or I should say we have a little over 20 minutes, actually. 20, 25 minutes. B5. So this bishop's coming here, right? Let's go bishop d3. I'll just develop, hold this pawn. Not too worried about this pawn because I think rook g1 and coming down to g8 looks pretty tasty. All right. And now probably e5. Open the way towards the bishop. Maybe bishop e4. Lots of tactical shots coming into the picture here. Rook g4. And I think the time is ripe for this move. Yep, thank you for the game. Let's take a look. So bishop e5, if you find that move here, I think you're still kind of in the game. But most likely when you played bishop d6, you didn't realize that this was the issue. I must be thinking of the wrong variation, though. There are some master games of this, but it's not too impressive. Which line am I thinking of? I don't know. I think I'm getting it confused, maybe. Or maybe this is the right line, but they castle first? Maybe not. Okay, it could be this. I do know the queen goes here a lot. And I thought it was with the idea of trading queens, but shows you how much I know about the white side of the main line Taimanov. So it achieved the desired effect. But I think, Tool of a Fook, that I was just playing the wrong line. So maybe that's why it confused you. But suffice it to say, you should probably trade. I was going to take this way. Engine's not impressed, though. It says you can come in here, attack this and this. Yeah. And then bishop e5, that will win the material back because it's a fork on the queen and the knight, and you're already attacking the knight, so you're now hitting it twice. Best line is this, apparently. Yeah, I was considering something like this. Even though the engine says this is plus 3.5 or whatever, in a game, it's not going to feel like that. I mean, this is still competitive. Okay, thanks for the game. Let's keep rolling here. Hey, Morphe, what's up? Playing Morphe's Coleslaw. Morphe's Law. Good luck to you. I'm feeling Gambit-y here too, but let's see what we can get. No King's Gambit this time. Maybe an Evans. I'll just play mainline c3. I don't play Evans too often, so we'll see how much Morphy knows here. This Greco Gambit. Some sharp theory here. Any recommendations for someone considering getting a coach? I'm not super high rated, but have a ton of time for chess on my hands these days. Yeah, I would look for a coach who has examples of their teaching style online. A lot of times there's like YouTubes and streams that you can check out. Read some reviews from past students if you can. This is known to be pretty problematic for black, by the way. Here, I think I'm going to play rook e1. I could also try to throw in bishop takes f7. I wonder if that move is working yet. Not quite seen it, so let's just go rook e1. This is dangerous for black, to say the least. Yeah, knight e7, and the time may be ripe for knight g5 going after f7. Then there's d5. d5, bishop a3, though. Yeah, let's go here. And the reason I'm going to g5 instead of e5 might be revealed if black castles. So let's see if black does that. Because this hits f7 twice, right? Castling is a move black wants to play. They want to get their king out of the center, and that would defend f7. But I'm going to go queen h5 at that point, which is going to threaten f7 and h7. When do I stream outside of Lichess plays? I stream quite frequently on my personal channel, which is just my full name, John Bartholomew. I was actually streaming right before going live here for Lichess plays. I probably stream every 2 days on average, once every 2 days. So feel free to follow me if you like. This position's busted for black, unfortunately for them. Too much pressure coming down here and here. When queen h5 lands with a double attack, it's usually fatal. You didn't get a notification for my stream today? Do you mean this stream here on Lichess or my personal stream, Boozle? Interesting. Yeah, sometimes the notifications are hit and miss if you have notifications set up on Twitch. I have noticed that. It's really touch and go with that. You stream on Twitch, though, not YouTube? That is correct. Yeah, so I do all my streaming these days on Twitch. Okay, and here I have lots of double checks, and I think I see one that leads to mate. Let's do this one. The benefit of a double check is the king always has to move when it's double check. So you don't have to calculate if they can like take one of the pieces or not, because they're going to be in check from the other piece. And then this is a double check again. And then this is mate. Okay, thank you, Morphy, for the game. So this is a sharp variation. On knight takes e4 castles, you kind of just have to know what to do here as black, because if you don't, it's very easy to get crushed in this line. This line has pretty much been neutralized at a high level, but it's an interesting, principled, historically important attacking line for white. But it's known that black should take with the bishop now. Keep the e-file closed. You should take with the bishop. And then if b takes c3, you do not take the pawn because of queen e1 check. You play d5. d5 here. There's actually some old Steinitz versus Lasker games in their world championship match, one of their world championship matches, in this position. Steinitz tried to play bishop a3 and prove that he has compensation after this, but Lasker got the edge in that theoretical battle. So on bishop takes c3, white should play d5, preventing black from going d5 and putting another piece under attack. And then bishop f6 is considered best. And I mean, this sequence is already pretty weird if you haven't seen it before. So no chance someone finds that in the game unless they're prepped for it. So I would look into that. Yeah, knight takes c3 as well, known not to be the best. Here you have to be pretty careful. I think d5 is probably the best move here too. Yeah. Basically in this line, it's extremely important for black to try to get in d5 if they can. So even here with the bishop under fire, it's that important to do it, to block white from playing d5, grab some space, try to facilitate development. A lot of times people take on c3, but this is also a dream for white. You can go queen b3 here, and again, d5 is the best move. You can also play bishop a3 if you want to try to keep their king like absolutely in the center. This might even be better than queen b3. So bishop a5 as played, too much heat, and as soon as you get your king out of the center, queen h5 comes in. So kind of ran into some tactical problems there, Morphe. All right, let's try to get maybe like 3 more games in. Cash your dreams. Good luck. Let's play in English in this one. We'll play this like a reverse dragon. Reversed accelerated dragon. Hey, thank you, Aaron, for checking in from Australia. Cheers. Also, bishop takes f7 is possible in that variation you just showed instead of queen b3 or bishop a3. Yeah, I think that's weaker than those other 2 moves, though, Mughal. But you might want to check that out because, yeah, there is some specific theory there. All right, we'll just play like this and try to go d4 coming up. Ooh, yeah, now I think I'm definitely going to play d4. Black looks a little cramped here already. Don't think it's anything they really have to be concerned about. Could take with the knight, but let's just take with the pawn. But definitely a little cramped for black. John, how many hours per week do you work on your openings, and how many openings do you play for both sides? So these days, I don't do a lot of opening work. You know, if I do opening work, it's mostly looking at top-level games and maybe throwing some moves around with the engine or looking in the database. If I were training for tournaments, I would be spending probably like 75% of my time on openings. I would be doing a lot of that. I have a pretty broad knowledge of openings, but the specificity of my knowledge, especially in certain variations, is not up to par with like pursuing GM at the moment. I have certain lines I've played for a long time, but you know, theory moves so quickly these days. If you're not constantly keeping apprised of developments in your favorite lines at the IM-GM level, you're falling behind. Which opening would you say you know the best? I can answer you in emote form. My Scandinavian. Team Scandi. Let's play knight f4 here. Oh, did I have d6? Probably. Well, I don't know if it worked here because a bishop takes g2. Yeah, I don't think I ever had d6. I assume you wanted to do it here, but bishop takes g2 is a problem. All right, current position. Let's do this move. I'm going to reinforce the knight, also unveil my bishop. Okay. I'm going to take this one, and then I'm going to play knight up here. And attempt to take with a piece here rather than a pawn, using the pin. I want to try to keep a superior pawn structure, not take on an isolated pawn. Rufus versus Doofus asks, John, if you were making a push to become GM, what would your opening repertoire be? D4 or E4, and what defense against each for black? Are you one of my future opponents? You know, I am a D4 player generally, so I'd probably be sticking with D4. I don't know that I'd be mixing it up. But you never know. I might try to sharpen things. Maybe start playing E4 again. As black, I'd probably err on the side of learning like a little more on the Sicilian or maybe E4, E5. I play the Slav and semi-Slav for black. I think those are serviceable, but I also might need to add a defense there too to really be unpredictable. Okay, I'm way up on the clock here. So I think my opponent saw the idea of this move, but this is going to be trouble. Could even play C5 here. How do I feel about that? Nah, I think taking the pawn's better. Yeah, we got a lot of viewers. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in today. We still got about 10 minutes left. But we greatly appreciate you joining us. This is a lot of fun. Lichess plays. Oh no, my bishop. But I was going to promote the A-pawn if they took. I think just take here now. No. Let's throw a curveball at Cash Your Dreams. Just because I know they were pre-moving this move. Okay, I was probably losing towards the end because he can play Rook B2, but I just wanted to flag Cash. Rook B2, stop the pawn. Thanks for the game. I think you were probably pretty close to equality. Let's say right around the trades. I thought you might go Rook E2 here. Looks like it's a tad better for me, but nothing special. Half pawn maybe. So I think you're a bit cramped out of the opening, but probably play the middle game okay. I think you worked your way out of that nicely. C6, trying to take down the center. Seemed decent. So thanks for the game. Okay, we're going to try to get in 2 more games. We'll play this one normal, Zernix, and then we'll do the blindfold game. Do you have any times you got caught out because your opponents knowing the lines you play? That definitely happens. You have people prep for you in over the board tournaments with long time controls. Absolutely. Common mistake here would be bishop g4, by the way. Okay, now here I have a couple good options. I can take, I can play knight e5, I can play queen b3. Let's play the most clinical move here. Oh, this player has beaten me before? Oh, wow. Looks like they flagged me. I don't know if I was white or black in that game. I think I was white. Yeah, Zernix got me before. Okay, this still runs into check, and then I can pick up the bishop. Well, that game was over quickly. But yeah, bishop g4, you really got to be careful about that when the bishop is pointed at f7 due to this tactic. Yeah, what is this game that we played previously? 7 years ago? What? Okay, I feel old now. 7 years ago. Zernix flagged me in a bullet game. Look at this. Zernix beat me from this position? How did I lose this? I also didn't expect that. I have been on Lichess a long time, yeah. I actually found recently I posted about it on Twitter. The first Lichess tournament that I played, I have a video of it. It's linked on my Twitter from maybe like a week ago. I made the post, if you're curious. Oh, I was working Zernix here in this game, and I didn't win this. I must have been in severe time pressure. This game, guys, this game is so old, I don't even see the timestamps. Look at this. You know how normally it shows the time here? The Lichess data collection on the games must not have been so sophisticated yet that it could save the timestamps. Am I missing the timestamps somewhere? I don't see them. Oh, was I berserking? I might have. It shows the minute at the beginning, but then it doesn't show them after that. That's crazy. Yeah, I might have been berserking this one. Yeah, shout out to Zernix, a Danish player, been around for 7 years. I finally got him after all these years, him or her. Even the score. That's wild. This game was played September 25th, 2015. Wow. Just like Magnus and Geary. Right, yeah. Anish beat Magnus in Classical for the first time in like 12 years or something. Obama was still president when this game was played. Good point. Different multiple administrations ago. All right. I think time for our last game. Now, do you guys want to see the blindfold game? Or do you want to... Oh, this is going to be painful if I have to do this. So it's tradition on Lichess plays that I play one... The final game is kind of played either blindfold or using some ridiculous set. For a long time, we did the horsey set, which is this one. But then someone pointed out today that this set is an option where there's no distinguishing between the pieces. Should we make a quick vote? Yeah, maybe do a very quick poll, Opare, like a minute poll. This one is just brutal, man. Like, I really think this would mess with me more than a blindfold game. And it looks like Lichess has been adding sets. I mean, you got this classic one. Look at this set. You also got this one. What is this set called? Shapes. This set actually shows how the pieces move in visual form. And this is the classic, the Anarchy chess set. Okay, we're running the poll. Sorry for your YouTube viewers. You can still vote on the Twitch poll if you want. But we're running a little poll here about blindfold or the checkers set. Wow, that was a blast from the past. And while that poll is finishing up, it's just about 30 seconds or something. Just to speak on that last game for a moment. So really watch bishop takes f7 in pretty much every case, guys, that you have the enemy bishop pointed at that pawn. And especially if you're thinking about bringing your bishop out, your light square bishop out, like here or here. Even if you play bishop f5 and you avoid the whole bishop f7 knight e5 thing, you can still get popped with queen b3. Double attack. So in d-pawn openings and also tons of e-pawn openings, I've seen constantly people get hit with that situation. Oh, wow. With 83% of the vote, play with the checkers set 1. All right. Well, we got to do it. So this will be the final game. We're playing with this set. Say a prayer for me. This might break my brain. I might have to retire and play checkers after this. Vince Clortho is the opponent. Good luck. Now, if you want to see the set as it is normally, the board as it is normally, go follow me. This may not, I don't know. I'm really curious how this is going to go. Because obviously I have sight of the board, but if I forget where a piece is, then it's going to quickly get confusing. I mostly think the mental frustration will be the most difficult thing to navigate here. Okay, so far so good. Connect 4. I like my position. Let's take. Takes with the pawn. Interesting. We'll go here. So these are all minor pieces, these ones. Those circled things, whatever you want to call them. checkers. Someone says, this hurts me. You and me both, man. You and me both. All right, let's try to double up the rooks on this on the C file. Hopefully it's not like checkers where if there is a capture possible, you have to play it. You guys know that's a rule in checkers, right? For the longest time, I never knew that was a rule. Okay, I think I can take this pawn. I think I can capture that with my queen. All right. Now, as is my strategy in blindfold games, I'm intentionally playing this in a way where I'm minimizing the amount of pawn structures and dynamics I have to think about, if that makes sense. It's way easier to navigate like weird situations on the board when like the pawn structure is pretty fixed. You have a rigid structure you're working with. Okay, so here I'm hitting the queen and the bishop. We're going to win one of those pieces, almost certainly the bishop. Wait a minute. You just hung your queen, didn't you? Gimme. There we go. Yep. Okay, that wasn't too hard. But I think if I were playing someone closer to my own rating and time was an issue, that could get weird in some... He hung his circle, yeah. I think under slightly different conditions, that could get weird. But I don't think I made any decisions I would normally not have made. Yeah, this is already fatal when the rook comes into c2. Maybe I should play with this set all the time, guys. I got a 97% accuracy. All right. Thanks, Vince, for the game. One more. That game was kind of short, wasn't it? All right, I'll do one more. We'll do a blindfold. So just so we get both the blindfold game and the checkers game in. Just for you guys, even though we're a little past time. All right, here we go. Please no 2000. Oh, PL. Hey, PL, we get another game. Good luck. I was going to say, please no 2000 plus player. Playing a Queen's Gambit here. And just like the last one, if you want to see the pieces, please do go follow me here. Or you can just take a look at it from my perspective. No problem. Bishop d6. Bishop d6. Okay, let's take. I think that drops a pawn. Yeah. This bishop is blocking their queen. We've come full circle. That's a terrible pun, but I love it. You will have to pay back the extra minutes to Lichess. You're using the channel for free. That is true. Shout out to Lichess once again. Exactly, Webster. Webster says, I think against a stronger player in a messy position, the checkers would definitely become testing. Yeah. Like a 2300? Right. Agreed. Okay, I think I'm forking the opponent's minor pieces here. PL has all their minor pieces out here on the... Wait a second. Does that hit my queen? I think it does. I think that does attack my queen. So if I take here, I'm going to lose this. So I better play this move. Yeah. Wait a second. I can take it with the knight. Take with the knight. Let's not get too casual, John. You've lost games far more dominating than this in your chess career. Let's give a check. Okay, knight comes back. Maybe castle now. Or e5. I have e5 here. It was knight ed7, right? Yeah, let's go e5. Okay. Take. Queen e7. Good move. Good attempt. So can I castle now? And try to bait queen takes e5? Because then I'm going to go rook e1. This position's kind of weird. So even though I'm up material, I'm trying to be real careful. Let's just take. Okay. And then I'll take. Let's give a check. King f8. Okay. I'm starting to lose sight of where the pieces are. I don't like this. And I'm down on the clock. Plays that. Okay, let's go here. Takes that pawn. Okay, let's bring this into the game. Check. I think I'm just up 2 minor pieces here, but the position's like messy somehow. Let's attack the queen. Okay, I think this should be a good move. Check. King comes out. Check. Check. Where's my mate? Check. Okay. Don't get too low on the clock, Sean. The king's literally on h5. I should be able to win. Queen's on b2, right? Black queen. I'm preparing the rook lift, rook h3. Oh, I took my pawn on g2. That's funny. All right. Let's just seal off any potential route for the king to come in. All right, check. Check. Okay, I think I see mate. Mate in 2. Check. And then rook h4. Bishop defended here. Whew. Okay. Yeah, that one was challenged. See, this is the thing. Like, when the pawn structure is really fluid, for me personally, I don't know if this is for everyone, it's much harder in a blindfold game, even if I'm in an objectively winning, good position, whatever. I deal with knight g5, by the way. Thank you, PL, for the game, by the way. If take, go here. But yeah, I think lots of good moves in this position. Rook d7, queen h5. Pretty much everything wins here. I thought, PL, you were going to play queen f6 in this position to try to prolong it. All right. Thanks for the game. But watch that pawn on d5 in the opening. Okay, so we got the checkers game in and we got the blindfold game in. Played a bunch of games today. I appreciate everyone tuning in. This was Lichess Plays, 2 hours of 3+0 Blitz. Check out the other Lichess Plays streamers. Usually there's 1 or 2 other Lichess Plays streams throughout the week. And I hope to see you guys next Sunday. Everyone have a great week, okay? And we're going to raid someone here. Oh, last thing I want to mention. So Lopare cued me into this the other day. There is a tool. Check out under tools, openings. This is a new feature Lichess has built. You can visualize all the chess openings. And you can see the winning percentages here. If you click into something, King's Pawn Game, and you can navigate down the tree. You can see Sicilian Defense, French Defense. It gives you a little synopsis, gives you easy buttons to train, or if you want to go to the opening explorer, there's a filter you can use. So you can set it for whatever time control and rating range of games played on Lichess. It's really cool and recently built. So check that out. Lopari just linked it in the chat. All right. Thanks again, everyone. Enjoyed it. You all have a great week. We'll see you.